17th, Friday, in 2025. Out on a quick break from work. Thought I would do a live stream. It's been a couple weeks. I haven't been able to check in, show Minneapolis much in the last couple weeks. I wanted to get back at it. So this is going to be a short one. I do have a meeting coming up in a bit here, so keep it quick here. And probably won't get going too far. But I do have a little string issue right now with my microphone. So I'm going to set this down and get that fixed. There we go. I'm currently outside of the vacant, I believe it's vacant now, 707 2nd Avenue South was the, I think, Ameriprise Financial Building. They moved to a new office a few years back, and then a year or so ago, I think, ended up moving everyone out of here. There was talk of that being converted to a residential building, or potentially fully demolished, but haven't seen much happening there. Or heard many updates on that. Dan Kelly's pub there across the street. I think that was also Broadway Pizza. That closed a month or two ago. Slightly breezy, somewhere around 70 degrees today. Beautiful, bright, gorgeous. Not to be confused with the fall of busy couple weeks around here for me. I think last time I streamed was October 31st. Well, I know because I just updated the title for this video. It just pulls it over. I like that shot of the person walking in the skylight. Silhouetted there. Yeah, so about 15 days here. Had a municipal election last Tuesday. The mayor got re-elected. A few city council seats swapped. We are back at it. The teachers union got a new contract. That's great for the Minneapolis public schools. I think they're going to be getting some smaller class sizes in the future. Some of those support staff at the schools will be getting better pay, I believe. And very glad that they got that sorted out. There were a few pickets. Did not ever have to come to a strike. I think it was the Saturday night before the strike that the strike was to be on this Tuesday, the 11th, Veterans Day. And the Saturday before that strike, they ended up getting through negotiations and getting a deal together. Keep our educators paid, our students learning, our city moving. Two of the more interesting buildings in this area. You have the Normandy Inn, which sticks out a bit here downtown in that style. And then over here, the Cordia Energy Building. Oh, we're getting some booyahs over here. But they said it as they went by. Oh well. Time today. I'll stay a little closer by. KB Trains and Travel is here in the chat. They said, I got a St. Paul Winter Carnival trip in the planning, researching and stumbled on your channel a week back. I like it. And then Koo's great too. All right, yeah. St. Paul Winter Carnival. I went to the kickoff to that one a couple years ago. I don't know if I made it to the kickoff last year, maybe. And there's like a lighting ceremony. Oh, they did this light show on the Landmark Center in downtown St. Paul. It's a fun event. I think they do all sorts of stuff for a couple weeks there. You have all the guys in the different outfits. I don't know what they're doing over there in St. Paul, actually. Yeah, the Winter Carnival is definitely a St. Paul tradition. This one, apparently from the side, is supposed to be a hand. It used to be a thriving office. Yeah, this weird one. All kinds of weirdos in there. That breeze on my back right now, thinking about how I'm going to be riding home in a bit, and that is not ideal. But we are enjoying some unseasonable warm temps here at the moment. It was 70s, but I'm looking forward to actual winter. Get us some snow, get us some freezes out here. We live in Minnesota for a reason. Trains and Travel. If you're still listening, I saw you you mentioned going to St. Paul for the Winter Carnival. When you make that trip, it sounds like you're a train enthusiast. There is like a Minnesota Model Train Museum in Northeast Minneapolis, which is an awesome stop. They have a really cool setup there. Some cool Lego stuff in there as well, as part of that train display. And like a little mini Minneapolis train display. That's really cool. I'm not sure if they'll be doing it at the time of the Winter Carnival, I know that around the holidays in December, they do what's called the night trains, where they let you in at night to go see the little train system all lit up. But if you are a train enthusiast, highly recommend the, I don't know if it's Minnesota or Minneapolis Railway or Train Museum. It's in Northeast. And you can look up night trains. And definitely worth checking out for the train enthusiast. I've only been out there once, but enjoyed it. Hey, KB says, already saw about the model trains with the night trains. Absolutely awesome. Got some newlyweds over here. Skateboarders out here again. Last time I was walking around on the 31st there were skateboarders around here. I chatted with them for a minute. Fun activity for the youth and adults. Birdie 5500 says, nice day, eh? You betcha. Beautiful day to be outside of the public safety facility. Cafe Ice says, hi, hello there, Cafe Ice. Coming up on the Armory here on the right. Awesome concert venue. Oh, when I was coming into work today, I saw over on Nicollet, there was, outside of the Target, this K-pop band was doing not band, K-pop group. You don't call them a band, it's a group. They were doing I was talking to someone in line and they very quickly corrected me. I was like, oh, what's going on here? Is this like, they said it was a meetup with a musician. There's a musician doing a meet and greet there. I said, oh, cool. Is it like, they had like, a couple people had the K-pop Demon Hunter shirts on, and I said, oh, is this like a K-pop band? And the guy was like, it's not a band, it's a group. So, learned that one quickly. But they're called Cat's Eye. I'll listen to a couple songs when I finish my ride in. Yeah, they were doing a meet and greet there at Target today, on the downtown Nicollet Target. And looked like they had a pretty good crowd. Had to have been close to 100 people at least lined up when I went by. I don't know where they're performing. Maybe First Ave, maybe here at the Armory. I feel like the type of band that's going to have people lining up outside of Target to do a meet and greet. Might have people lined up here too, but there's something going on. Cat's Eye with a K in all caps. Here you got, it's Cole Swindle, it says. Priscilla Black, Rocket Club, and Peyton Smith. Presented by Minneapolis Heart Institute Foundation and Heart 360. So some sort of benefit show. Coal swindle. There's the New Thrivent building. They were over there in that big Hennepin County building. Walked by 8 to 10 minutes ago. Now they've moved into this one within the last 2-3 years or so. Oops, stepped on a can. Well, actually, I kicked it. Probably some sort of musician there on the left. Here is US Bank Stadium, home of the Minnesota Vikings, all sorts of large-scale concerts. Well, they're putting up barriers or something. Oh, maybe there's a Vikings game on Sunday, and they're getting ready for that. Is your blue line. KV Trains and Travel says, looking forward to riding the light rail too. Yeah, I love our light rail system. It's a bit tough for me. I don't live on the line. I'm on a couple of bus rapid transit lines, which are great. So I do not get to ride the light rail as much as I would like. But whenever I do, always a good time. One of the coolest things I think about Minneapolis is the ability to stay in downtown Minneapolis and then hop on that light rail line and go see Minnehaha Falls. It's just this beautiful urban waterfall, accessible from a light rail train like that. I think is so cool. Chill out, squirrels. Got squirrels fighting over here. You get along, you two. Hey, Dwayne is here today. Hey, Dwayne, good to see you. Hope you've been well. Yeah, really looking forward to the light rail extension coming in a few years here. I think we're still about 2 years out from the Green Line extension, 2027. And then Blue Line, we will see what sort of hurdles that one will face. They're trying to continue that build out, continue the Blue Line onward. Federal funding cuts, all sorts of. Anytime we try to do a project like that anywhere in the US, you have to jump through all sorts of hoops, all sorts of people doing everything they can to stop it, and then complaining about the budget increases. We are back outside of City Hall. And I remembered something I saw riding my bike into work this morning. I will go walk up there and show that, and then probably have to get back to wrap up my day. Here's the public safety facility. Try not to record people coming in and out of there because you never know what people are going through. Yeah, on the right there, that's the Minneapolis City Hall, a beautiful Richardsonian building, that stone. And Hubert Humphrey, the inventor of the Metrodome, or something like that. I think he designed the Metrodome in the air. One of the terminals. No, that's not true. I made that up.
I know, I heard.
Chicago-style architecture. I think yeah, maybe in the early days of Chicago. I think that Richardsonian style is when I think of Chicago, I think more of that like 1920s style, 1930s. I think that's more like mid to late 1800s. Some of that early 1800s. But Chicago does have a wide variety there. Yeah, the early Chicago. Definitely some of those Richardsonian Romanesque style buildings around there. I actually haven't been to Chicago in about 15 years. When I first moved here, or when I was planning on moving here, I was like, oh, Chicago's so close, I'll be going there all the time. But it is, for a variety of reasons, not happening. Thought it'd be the sort of thing you just hop in the car and drive for 6 hours or whatever and enjoy it, but it's easy when you got a baby. When you got school-age kids, they don't like those road trips as much, but we do them. We have a good time. One of these days we'll get to Chicago. I do watch a Chicago YouTuber sometimes. I think he does a pretty good job. He or she, they, I don't know. It's called The Gemini or This Gemini, something like that. Chicago is great, KB Trains and Travel says. Amtrak has a train that goes between St. Paul Union Station and Chicago. Yeah, that's the Borealis line, and then the, what's the other one called? Empire Express? I have never ridden on either one. I remember when that Borealis was first launched, when the tickets were like $30. I really wanted to go on there, and then never got around to it. We can keep saying maybe next year, but sometimes next year doesn't come. So if you want to ride that train to Chicago, you got to book that ticket and go for it. So maybe one of these days. Cafe Ice Cafe says, hey, I like the Blackhawks. Bedard, that is. KB says, Empire Builder also does. I'll be taking the Borealis into town. Awesome, yeah. I love that they built that. I love that it's been doing fairly well, and I hope it continues. train dork like myself kind of loves that stuff. And I think it'd be really cool to take my kids on those rides out there sometime. Has a few stops in Minnesota too. I think out in Red Wing. Is it Winona? Never been to Winona either. Dwayne says, want to go to Chicago for longer. Yeah, most of the times I've been to Chicago, it's only been for a day or two or a few hours, just for a quick overnight trip. KB says, want the Duluth line to get going. Oh my goodness, wouldn't that be awesome? Having a line to hop on from Minneapolis to St. Paul, or St. Paul to Minneapolis, and then up to Duluth. Unfortunately, we never got the connection from Minneapolis to St. Cloud that we deserved, and the North Star line is getting sold off for scraps apparently. We're gonna have to tear down all those stations, so really disappointing with how that played out. But yeah, hopefully someday the funding comes around and the support for that, is it Northern Lights Express that they're calling it, for that connection between Twin Cities and Duluth comes to life. And then there's that train line in Duluth, just Duluth up to this scenic train ride, Duluth to Two Harbors. Really want to ride on that sometime too. I think that's like the North Shore Scenic Railway or something. I walked around the little museum area by it, but I've never had a chance to ride it. I haven't been to Duluth in almost a year too. That's surprising. Typically I try to get up there every 6 months or so at most, but it's not been since the holidays last year when I went to see Bentleyville. Which I am going to go visit Bentleyville again this year, but I don't know if I'll make another video. We'll see. You get the idea. If you need a Bentleyville video, you can get it. Look at this board. Hey, do you know when the bowl here got put in?
I got no idea. Maybe about a month ago.
Yeah, it's pretty recent, right? With the new stock and bond, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I never noticed it before. I didn't
It's
think
usually
it was
been
there.
inside.
Oh, okay.
It's been inside, so sometimes they kick it outside now. I think it's outside permanently.
Yeah, it looks like it's permanently fixed there. So it's been inside for like a extended period of time?
Since the restaurant opened.
Okay, which is like maybe 6 months? Yeah.
Not even.
Cool. Thank you. Good luck. Yeah, the new steakhouse there in the Weston Stock and Bond. I saw that bull sitting outside. When did we get a bull statue in downtown Minneapolis? There he is, sure enough.
Have a little bit.
Shout out the Weston bellhop for answering a few questions. But as I said, it was going to be a quick one today, so I do have to get back to it. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hopefully I can do another stream early next week sometime. And yeah, I'll catch you next time. Everybody have a great rest of your day, a great weekend, and take care of yourself. I'll chat with you soon. Thanks for watching.